Shaun Frank and Vivian Barclay awarded tonight the International Song Award and the Dance Music Award for Closer by the Chainsmokers. Shaun, can you tell me a little bit about co-writing the song initially and just how that happened?
Yeah, the Chainsmokers guys were friends before co-writers. We've been friends for a couple of years just through. I'm a DJ and I was opening for them on tour. And one day we were sitting in the back of the tour bus, and Drew from the Chainsmokers had a bit of a beat that he had been working on with another friend of ours named Freddie, and he didn't have any lyrics. So he was like, "Hey, I heard you're pretty good at writing songs. Can you help me put this thing together?" And we wrote it in like 20, 30 minutes in the back of a bus.
When you finished writing it, did you have any sense of how huge it might be?
I mean, there was an after party that night, and that he had the loop of that song. Like, we made a quick demo in the back of the bus. Actually, a lot of the vocals from the demo are actually the actual vocals on the record,
nice.
But it was like looping all night, and people were loving it. So it definitely, right out the gate, we had a good feeling about it. But I mean, I don't think anyone would ever expect that it would do what it did.
Can you tell a little bit of the story about your transition from being in a touring rock band to becoming an expert crafter of dance singles?
Well, I mean, I've always been in love with the craft of pop music songwriting. Even when I was in my band, I feel like a lot of the best songs that I wrote for the band were pop songs at heart. And I was being asked to sing on a lot of dance records near the end of my band's career. And so I was basically just singing on dance records to pay the rent. And that kind of transitioned me into writing for a lot of dance artists and becoming a DJ and an artist myself in the electronic music dance scene.
Do you get a sense now that some of the beat and the melodic idea of Closer is being imitated and copied by a whole bunch of artists? I'm hearing it, so I wonder if you're hearing it too.
Never heard that. I mean, I think.
Which, I mean,
I
it's
remember,
a compliment, right? I mean,
it is absolutely it's a compliment, and I absolutely remember a conversation with me and Drew from the Chainsmokers where he said, "Shaun, I don't know if this song's going to go, but if it does, it's going to change electronic music." And I think he was right. There was a lot of things that happened in this song that hadn't been done before under the EDM umbrella, and it's just so amazing to have been a part of. Anything that creates a movement is just amazing.
Vivian Barclay from Chappell, can you talk a little bit about how Chappell became involved with the song?
Well, it's funny because I remember a couple years back, it was during CMW, and Charlie had called me and he was like, "Hey," he texted me first and he's like, "Do you know Shaun personally?" I'm like, "No, I don't. I mean, I know who you are, but I didn't know you personally." And he was like, "Yo, he's dope. I know he's dope." And it's funny because you always need a champion in the building for any artist and any songwriter. And in Chappell, we have not a huge team of A&R across the world or in North America, but we all have our things and we champion them. And that's the beauty of a good relationship, I think, is when you have someone very early on that's like, "Look, I know this is going to work. They're great guys." And so, yeah, and he's always been that way. And look, the song's massive. I just finished saying to him, I'm pretty much sure we'll be back here collecting a classic award at some point on this award, because it's just a kind of song that just keeps getting played over and over and over again. Yeah. When you're going across the world and you hear the same thing over and over and over again in the most bizarre places. I was in Bolivia the other day. Yeah, of course. So that's dope, and we're really happy to represent the song. So it's great.
Great. Congratulations on the success, and thank you for staying with us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.